We'd like to solve this three-part inequality. We call it three-part because it has two inequality symbols. So these are the three parts on the three different sides of the two inequality symbols. The goal is to isolate x, one x in the middle between the inequality symbols. We'll do that just like we would if there were just one inequality symbol. In other words, we want to isolate x in the middle, so the first thing we'll do is subtract 3, but we have to subtract 3 from all three parts. So we're going to take minus 2 and subtract 3 from that, and then is less than 3 minus 5x, and we subtract 3 from that. That was our goal, to get rid of the 3 in the middle. And then is less than or equal to 13 minus 3. So simplifying that step, we have minus 5 is less than, we still have a negative 5x in the middle, which is less than or equal to 10. At this point, we've now isolated the term with the x in it, the negative 5x. And just like we would if we were isolating it, the variable x, we're going to divide by negative 5. That'll give us a 1 coefficient. We have to divide all three parts by negative 5, and so we'll take minus 5 over negative 5, and here we have to remember we're dividing by a negative number. That changes the sense of the inequality, and it'll change the sense of both inequalities. So it's negative 5 over negative 5 is greater than negative 5x over negative 5, which is greater than or equal to 10 over negative 5. So we've changed the inequality symbols, both of them, because we've divided the inequality, the three-part inequality, by a negative number. We needed to divide by a negative number, so that's what we're stuck with. Well, negative 5 over negative 5 is 1, starting on the left, which is greater than x. The negative 5 over negative 5 becomes 1, and we have x. We've achieved our goal of isolating the x in the middle, which is greater than or equal to negative 2. Notice that this has turned around the way we usually see these. We can read it starting on the right and say that negative 2, reading this way, negative 2 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 1, which we can see is a logical statement. Negative 2 is actually less than 1, so x can be in between those. Now we'd like to put that on a number line. So what does that look like on the number line? Here is 0, and over here would be negative 2. Let's see, we want the negative 2, so that's a closed circle or a bracket. Here's 1 on the right side of 0. We don't want 1 because we do not have equality under the less than sign in front of the 1, so we put an open circle there or a parenthesis there. Now we want all, these are between statements. We want all the numbers. X can be any number in between negative 2 and 1. So how do we put that in interval notation? Well, as always, we start on the left and go to the right. So we start at negative 2, and we want negative 2 since we have equality with negative 2 and the closed circle, and we end at 1, and since we don't have equality on the inequality symbol next to the 1, that means we have an open circle there as a parenthesis. So there is interval notation.